Alright, I was asked to do a 911 video, so here we go. There's the World Trade Center. The building on the right. Hung out with Dolores Cannon prior to 9/11. And I told her, I was like, yeah, I've been telling all my life, people, ever since October 25th, 1975, I got abducted and I told the Princeton professors, no, it's 72, sorry. I told the Princeton professors that the World Trade Center in the future was going to fall down. And obviously, that took place. Told them about a bunch of stuff I would invent, but nobody cared. Alright, the building on the left, I used to hang out at the very bottom of it, go to the corner, and on real windy days, I was told that this thing would flex 3 feet, and I would actually go watch the entire building in the wind moving. It was pretty cool. I used to drive for the largest limousine company on the planet at the time. They were the big boys in New York and LA. And every time you watch TV programming during the daytime, you would hear limousine transportation provided by Deva Limousine. And that's a company I used to work for. Alright, World Trade Center. One of them's 1,368 feet tall. The other's 1,362 feet tall. Each tower weighs 500,000 tons or 1 billion pounds. A building weighs 1 billion pounds. Crazy, right? Each floor is 12 feet, and what else? 110 stories total. First floor, though, was a lobby. I think it was 24 feet tall. I forget. But it was big. Only. Alright, this is World Trade Center 6. You notice there's a giant hole in it? I was like, what's the hole for? This is somebody's controversy, 911 conspiracy webpage. Gaping hole in Vesey Street face of Building 6 before either tower fell. How's that possible? Just a bunch of stuff that they show. Exact timing of explosion. It's just funny that two 10-story craters in an 8-story building, there's no debris at the bottom of the hole. Here's the thermal imaging. Temperatures of molten steel in the tower basements persisted for weeks. Structural steel melts at 2,750 Fahrenheit. And there it is. Big explosion backwards. Doesn't seem right, right? And there's the famous picture. And who knows who those people are? Who cares? Alright, they're saying that's what hit the Pentagon. Alright, this is another one that I found. It's the World Trade Center demolition. It was designed to survive the impact of a 767, well actually a 707, but I got all the information here, how much fuel, some theoretical computations. The trusses, how it was made. So this website right here, or this web page, talks about, well, if you were going to destroy it, how would you do it? And how it was built, they're discussing also. About a fire, another fire. Nothing happened in any of these fires. And then they're talking about other high-rise fires, how one burned 11 hours uncontrolled, and World Trade Center 1 and 2 were the first to ever fall down. And then a whole bunch of links. And that is a blueprint after 9/11. you notice building 7, building 1, and building 2 totally gone, disappeared. I found this. Something wants to, Russia wants to give evidence, conclusive satellite images. And then I found this, 60 structural engineers cite evidence for controlled explosive demolition and destruction of 3 World Trade Center high-rises on 9/11. And there they are again, another beautiful view. They were nice to look at. And boom. And then they're showing the plane hitting the building on the left, fire, and the smoke. And then after a billion pounds of everything, steel, concrete, it's probably even more than a billion plus everybody that worked there, all the furniture, the phones, the plastic, you name it, everything that was there was more than a billion pounds. And if you look, the lobby was 24 feet high. That right there is the flooring for the lobby, and then every 12 feet is another floor. All the debris of the building that fell down couldn't even go 24 feet high. Something's up, right? Where's a billion pounds of debris? All right, and now when 1 and 2 fell, and all that dust and smoke that went everywhere, number 7 was still standing. It looks like it's not even damaged, right? And there's the damage again. Another damage, but now let's look at the damage here. You don't see much, but here's the pillars. These things look like they've been cut. Am I right? And we'll get into that as we're going down. And that looks like right afterwards. That does not look like a billion pounds of debris. And there's a giant hole in 6. There it is, another. And they're going to say, what's left of World Trade Center 7? 7's totally gone. And there's the famous picture. And this is at night. I believe this is the second night afterwards. Once they finished doing, who's alive, and I think they found 12 people alive, they brought in the heavy equipment and started moving everything. And there's 1, 2, and 7, and a million, or I should say, 2 billion pounds, 1 and 2, totally gone. And then as you see, this is as it's fallen, and there's 7 just standing, nothing wrong with it, right? But it disappeared. There's debris again. This is in between the buildings. And then all of a sudden, there's evidence of thermite or thermate used to cut the columns. Come on. And then there it is again. More evidence. Thermite is like, it just melts it, or thermate. It's what they use when they want to do demolitions. They want to take down a building. And there's another satellite photo. And then after they got all the debris, they call that the pit, the bowl. I was looking for the one picture that showed it totally cleaned up, and then there was like a ramp going down underneath the pit. And I seen that with Dolores Cannon. I was like, Psst, Dolores, I think they're going underneath the pit. There's something under the World Trade Center. I think that's why they took it down. And then here it is again. 25 feet tall debris when it should be 100, 200 foot tall debris. So everybody's like, well, what happened to all the debris? And then there's some rumors out there that the World Trade Center towers were vaporized into dust. Cement, metal, everything that was in there, all the people, they were done. Everyone was vaporized, and you're like, come on, how were they vaporized? Well, if you were paying attention, there was a movie, it's called G.I. Joe, The Rise of the Cobra, and in there they had some nano things that were able to eat up steel, eat up everything. And that was based on a 1998 screenplay. So let's say somebody did get knowledge that this tech was out there and they wrote a screenplay about it, and then all of a sudden somebody pulled it off in 2001. Who knows who was involved in this? There's so many fishy stories in this. 9/11, and then why would they want to take it down and go underneath the World Trade Center? Ooh, you know what I forgot to show you? They had a video that this guy did, and you click on it, unavailable. Then there's a link down here, you click on that, and there's no video here. So even him, he took it down. Wow, airplanes can take down a building in less than an hour? Whatever. Alright. And National Treasure. Talks about a national treasure being underneath Church Street, or underneath the World Trade Center. Now, that was a movie in 2004, right after 9/11. So, who knows? You got to remember, everything that comes out of Hollywood's lies, some of the stuff are based on small little truths. Alright, I'm the guy. I'm the only survivor of Flight 93. I was in the airport, I seen the four terrorists. The guy with the mustache that was on Flight 93, coked out of his mind. Crazy, right? I thought Muslims don't do drugs. Especially terrorists. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this. I was talked into doing a 911 video. And here's my 911 video. Somebody who was connected to it, who was supposed to die on Flight 93, but what? I had a dream and I was told to get off. Just like I've had lots of dreams my entire life and they tell me all kinds of things. This was one of them.